Before we start this video, remember to hit that like button, turn on bell notification and subscribe so you never miss another upload. Hey guys, welcome back to another Transfer Daily. Yes, I'm using a face cam, so if you enjoyed this format, hit that like button and I'll continue to make more. But yeah, we have some transfer updates, not much today. We have some Arsenal news. We also have some Chelsea news as well. So yeah, let's just get into the first news, which is regarding Arsenal. So yeah, Arsenal are close to getting Balogun on a loan to a team called Remis. I think they're in the French league. I'm not fully sure. But yeah, I mean, this is a deal that makes sense for Balogun. Obviously, he signed a contract last season. And I remember at one point, I was really afraid of him leaving. And he signed that contract. And I think ever since that, him signing the contract, he was never actually really given a chance. I'm sure he went on a loan last season, but he didn't really. He went to Middlesbrough on a loan last season. He did okay, but I think Balogun really does need some game time. Obviously, with Jesus now at Arsenal and Ketia signing that new contract, I think Balogun's game time will be very limited. And I think as a young player, I think Balogun needs more game time, and I think that's where I think him going on that loan, obviously, I think that will help him develop. Obviously, we've had many players go on loans and come back successful. I mean, just on the top of my head, William Saliba. Obviously, now we sent Tavares on a loan. So hopefully the same thing happens to Balogun. Hopefully the loan works out for him. It's a 1-year loan. So I'm hoping that it does go through, and I hope he really does smash it, comes back to Arsenal as a new player, because I remember when he did play a few games for Arsenal, he looked really good. So this is a deal I'm really hoping that does go through. But our next news of the day is regarding Leno. Obviously I reported, I didn't report, I made a video on it, but Fulham are interested in signing Leno. I think it was like £8 million, and apparently it's been reported that Fulham are confident that they can strike a deal before the season starts. And I think this is very possible because I've been watching some of the Arsenal's recent games, and Bernd Leno is even in the subs. So it does make sense. I think he's trying to push for a move. But I think Fulham, no disrespect to Fulham, I think Leno could do better than Fulham. I think he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. He's experienced, proven, and I think Arsenal only gained £8 million for him. It's just not good enough. I understand he has 1 year left on his deal, but I really do believe Arsenal can get more than $8 million for him. But I do hope that for the best for Leno. I think he's been a great professional, never complained about anything whilst being at Arsenal. Always, he's been a great servant to the club. Always he had his really good moments, and last 2 seasons ago, we could see some of the flaws in his game. But but I'm just remembering right now, I think 2 seasons ago, Bernd Leno was one of the players of the season. I remember he was saving us. But yeah, man, it's sad to see Leno end this way. I still do believe he's not finished. I still believe that he could play Arsenal, and I would love to keep him as a backup goalkeeper. But it just feels like Leno, he wants to get that game time, and that's that's expected of a keeper of his quality. So hopefully it does go the deal, he does get some game time. I'm even thinking he could go Leicester. Schmeichel's trying to leave, so I think Leno would even fear Leicester. But yeah, our third news is regarding Pablo Mari. Obviously in a recent video I talked about how Pablo Mari was not gonna go Fenerbahce. Now apparently a new club has come in, a club named Monza. Haven't heard of them, but apparently they're trying to sign Pablo Mari. Obviously Pablo Mari not going to get much game time next season. I think this is a deal that makes perfect sense for Pablo Mari. Came in as a £5 million signing, and that is exactly what he was. I think it's just his pace, man. His pace lacks, and I think it's going to cost him. He's just not suited for the Premier League and the pace, yeah. But I really do hope it works out for Pablo Mari. But the second news, I know it's not Arsenal related, but it's really interesting. Apparently Newcastle are trying to bid a £50 million bid for James Maddison. Now, James Maddison, brilliant player. Arsenal were linked with him, 2 seasons. I think last season we were linked with James Maddison, and I really wanted him. And the guy's a proven goal scorer. I don't know what happened, why he's not playing for England, but it seems like Newcastle are trying to get him. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring this deal up is because obviously Leicester have another player, which is Tielemans. Now, surely Leicester are not going to get rid of both players, right? So if they do get rid of Maddison, what's going to happen with the Tielemans? Are they going to maybe give all that Maddison salary to Tielemans and make Tielemans stay? Who knows? But I think this was a very interesting deal. I'm not sure if this is going to happen. I think if this does happen, it's gonna drag out for the rest of the window, maybe like a deadline day signing. But I don't really see why he should leave Leicester. But in saying that, I don't know what's Leicester's plan for the future. They haven't signed many players, so this is a deal that I could maybe see it happening. But I really do feel James Maddison needs a bigger club. Then, like, you know, no disrespect to Newcastle. I think if he was going to go Newcastle, I think it's more down the line. Obviously, Newcastle are just getting the money. So obviously, they're not going to be in that Europa League, Champions League. Not just yet, but maybe in a few seasons, Maddison could end up going Newcastle, and Newcastle's going to be the place to be. And the final news is regarding Chelsea. Now, Chelsea obviously rejecting left and right for their main centre-backs, for the defenders and targets. And now it looks like they are interested in Fofana, who's apparently reported for 80 million. And they're also interested in signing Dumfries. Dumfries, an Inter Milan right-back. Obviously, Chelsea trying to get rid of Aspilicueta, and now that will only leave them with Reece James. And Reece James has been getting quite injured a lot. So obviously, it makes sense Chelsea are going to try and get that alternative. But Fofana for 80 million, that just really makes me wonder, you know, if we did let go of William Saliba, how much he would have cost us in this market. Like, honestly, if Fofana's going for 80 million, William Saliba, young French player of the season, played 52 games last season, his value must be 60 million then. But luckily, we got him at Arsenal and we're saving money. I think that's all that matters. But yeah, man, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys next time.